So in this film, I thought we'd look at creating a quick brush using a quick cheat that I kind of thought about today and things. Basically, you'll know that if you've kind of got a black splodge, if you then just grab the likes of the lasso tool and basically select around the image, you can then go up into the edit and define a brush preset. In this case, this is going to be like a watercolor brush. I'll call it 1 or 2 for now. I'm just going to press OK. Then instantly what it's done, it's created, let me just create a new let me just fill that in there. And then if I just kind of click on, you can see what I've got is my brush. If I change the opacity up on the top here, then basically what it's doing, it's adding that smoke effect or kind of a watercolor dissolve effect into it. So I could use that for the lights of a mask or whatever it would be. Now, I said I kind of cheated with it, and I did. I didn't actually paint this on. I usually actually go into the ink splodges myself. What I thought about doing was just going quickly up to the likes of Adobe Express, which is the kind of the graphics, and kind of create them from here. So all I did, in fact, was go into the create a document. I slid down then to actually kind of create a flyer. And then what I did was actually put in a element. And all I did was actually put in a search for ink droplet. And then it kind of comes up with a whole kind of host of different things over here on the side. If I wanted to watercolor, ink, or paint, then it kind of comes up with the different elements. So if I just kind of click onto it, it instantly just kind of comes onto my page. I don't really have to actually worry about anything to do with the colouring at this point. And then all I did was obviously give it a name, so ink splat. And I downloaded it. And I could download it as a PNG, JPEG, whatever. And then obviously if I just kind of drag this onto Photoshop. So if I just shrink this down, I'm just going to drag my PNG into a new document here. Drag it up there a minute. So here's the one that we just created. And all I'm going to do is press my F4 key, which is going to go to black and white. If you don't know what that is, I've created an image adjustment channel mixer as my kind of default, clicking onto monochrome 78 tab 22 0, because they've got to add up to 100 and no more. And now all I've done is just go into Control L for the levels, and then I've just darkened it down itself to have a little bit more kind of black. And then because this is on the page by itself, I could just actually go up into edit and define. But what I want to do is basically make a selection around it. Better still, if I come up into select and color range, I can basically kind of click onto the black or the gray or whatever it would be, and then actually say pick up more fuzziness, in other words, more of the information, or I can go ahead and actually click around the image to actually give me more of the colors within there. And you can see within the middle here what it's selected. Then I just press OK. It's selected all the bits that I want. It's at this point now I could go up into edit and basically define brush preset, and then we can go to ink splat 2. Just going to press OK. Let's just bring up a new layer. We'll deselect you full mark. Fill it with white, and then let's go and choose a color. And then we can basically just click onto it and we've created a brush straight away. So obviously remember, if you're new to kind of brushes, you can go in there, change whatever you want. You can group all the brushes together. There's our ink splat 2. That we have, but we can also go in and change the dynamic as far as the scattering is concerned. So if I wanted, instead of just 1, if I just use the left bracket to shrink the brush down and I kind of just go across, you can see it's leaving all the little ink splats. We can also go into kind of jittering, different sizes, how it kind of all works together. We can change the spacing within the image. You can do pretty much lots of things within the actual brush setup here. But at the end of the day, what we just created was a brush preset using the likes of Adobe Express, using one of its elements, bringing it into Photoshop and defining a brush from there.